I hit you up and you were like 86K cash collected direct from YouTube in month one. At this point, I think we have over 600K long form views, over 20K subscribers on a brand new channel.
So you guys helped a ton when it comes to like ideation and all those ideas that just absolutely ripped on my channel. And then also, of course, like the scripting. I think the main thing that really surprised me with you guys is just how much is done for you. Literally all I have to do is like hit record, send that shit to you, and that video is up. It's funny. I'm like getting like recognized in public. You guys are blowing me up. Past like 3 days in a row, I've like ran into someone that's been like, yo, PB Blake, I've seen your stuff on YouTube.
Yo, what's up? Appreciate you, my boy, for joining me today to share your experience working with Content Cash Media. Could you just briefly describe your business, who you are, and what you do, Brody?
Yeah, so my name is Blake. On social media, I go by PB Blake. I day trade, and I day trade mainly with my best friend, Patrick. So we just teach people basically how to day trade. We day trade the NASDAQ. Yeah, I mean, we sell info based on that. And we also have YouTube under PB Trading and also PB Blake, which I just started up with you.
100%. Yeah, I think that was a humble introduction for sure. Blake's not gonna really, he's not really gonna talk his stuff, but like we started working with Blake and Patrick on the PB channel. We cooked up there, went insanely crazy, but now we started the PB channel. I mean the Blake channel, as you kind of talked about. And I want to just get straight into it because I hit you up and you were like 86K cash collected direct from YouTube in month one. At this point, I think we have over 600K long form views, over 20K subscribers on a brand new channel. So do you want to talk about what that kind of before and after looked like? Obviously, I know we started from scratch, so you can even talk about like everything from the beginning to now, bro, because I think it's crazy. We didn't expect us to like do this well.
Not for sure. I think I grew more with you guys on this PB Blake channel than the PB Trading main channel. So this month,
it's crazy.
Yeah, insane. So I think it's because we kind of already like knew from like the first month or from the first couple of months with PB on the main channel, like what to do with PB Blake. And I've always had like a vision, and you guys kind of brought that vision to life, which was really, really freaking helpful. And yeah, I mean, the channel is absolutely ripping right now. Yeah. Crazy results.
100%. I know Braden, like when I posted a tweet about it, and Braden was like, speaking of the devil, you guys got another cash collected deal just came in like straight from YouTube, which was crazy. I want to ask you a question. Obviously, it was a brand new channel from scratch, but what do you think were, I guess, challenges that you would have experienced if you weren't working with us or just prior to working with us? Even on the PB channel, you can kind of talk about it a little bit too. Or any frustrations around content that you think now working with us, our process kind of different? You can just talk about it.
I mean, I guess just like as someone who like day trades and then also makes content and also has to teach people, it's like I just have like a lot of shit going on in my head, and I have a lot of things that I need to be doing every single day. So it's like something that I just don't want to be focusing on is like finding someone to do like thumbnails or like making the thumbnails myself, or like, you know, coming up with ideas on, you know, things like that. So you guys helped a ton when it comes to like ideation, and like there's all those ideas that just absolutely ripped on my channel. So that was super helpful. And then also, of course, like the scripting. You know, I like how you guys also let me like free flow a little bit, but like the intro being scripted, and then like that's so helpful because I can just literally like read off that super quick. So it's like recording, that process becomes so much faster than if I were to just like do that shit obviously myself. And then also you guys like post for me too, which is so clutch. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much that you guys do, honestly, that it's like just run that shit up. So it's fire.
Yeah, it's been a crazy run out. We're only getting started because I think we're like failing to realize this is generally like, I don't even think it's been 30 days. It might be like a little bit over, which is like insane. And like you were talking about with the ideation, that's more so like our onboarding strategy. That's like I go super in depth on. It takes me like a few days to like really dial into like how we want to do it. And I think a huge part of like why your channel blew up was like your competitive edge is like you're super natural with the way you show up on camera. Like you're funny as hell. The boys can watch your stuff and it's like they're getting value, but it's also funny. So I want to talk about when it comes to the competitive edge, how do you think, I know you talked about it with the scripts, but how else do you think we kind of piece that together? Even like with the vlogs and all that type of stuff, like how we're really making this brand, even though like we're selling the info product on the back of it.
Right. It's always just about, for me personally, when I started like PB, right, we started with skits, right, for example. And that shit blew up because it's like, okay, we were looking at what other people did, I guess, just outside of the day trading niche and what worked. And it was like skits do really well, right? So we were like, okay, let's try that with the PB Trading TikTok and, you know, short form. So that worked really well, right? And the main thing was just like finding the gap in the niche, and that was the gap in the niche for that. And I think with us, we're definitely like filling those gaps right now that we have, even though it's like stuff that's already been, I guess, done, but it's like we're doing it now like 10 times better.
Yeah, new and better. We're just changing the scene. Yeah,
for sure. So that's something that I think is like really important, is like finding the gap in the niche, but also like seeing what's done well, what's already worked, and working off that.
Yeah, I think that comes back to the time commitment part, because you don't have the time to go and find what works. So that's like where we come into play. And like, we're gonna find what works, but then we're gonna take your competitive edge, allow it to bleed through the content, take this outlier, but make it new and better and apply to the way you trade, the way you think. Which I think is like why we're taking the market by storm right now for sure. And I kind of want to talk about, I know you talked about like ideas, titles, thumbnails, but the process, even like when we started the PB channel, which has generated like multi six figures. Is there anything you want to mention around like the process? Because I feel like a lot of people don't even realize how much like we actually do. When I say like we actually handle this shit like entirely done for you, I don't feel like people understand that. So like anything as far as like the process or like drivers that led to our success that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I really think you guys just go super, super in depth with like research. And that's something that's so important, just like gathering data. Like, I day trade, so I know how important like gathering data is. So, for you guys to actually put in that work in the back end for me, see what will rip best for my channel and my audience, like that is so, so important. So I think it's really that, like you guys did a lot of gathering of the data first. I had to do the, what's it called, that onboarding thing that you guys sent me. Yep. So did that. And then from there, you guys cooked up a bunch of ideas, bro. There's like hundreds of ideas that I could choose from, which was super, super cool.
Crazy.
And we honed in on the best ideas, and I mean, it's super helpful to have like that range and that variety also. So I'm able to like, whatever I like, then you guys can tell me like what would probably work good for like this week or next week.
100%.
Yeah.
Just playing off of your passion, even like right now, because we do new ideation every month. So that's just like staying up with the market, alongside actually leveraging the old strategy docs we did. And then we would just tap into what is your passion? Because I want to play off of like one, I feel the audience can actually like relate to what you're saying. Like if you're passionate about the content, they're going to watch and be like, okay, can I actually trust this guy to buy his info product? Does he actually care about helping me? And then also when you get on camera, like you're going to be like passionate to record the content, which helps like a ton, which I feel like is important. And another like interesting question I wanted to ask you, I haven't even asked anybody this when they come on for a client interview, but like, because your stuff blew up so fast, are you seeing the benefits of like the YouTube growth in any other parts outside of Cash Collected, like whether that's in person or connections, deals, whatever it may be? Because bro, your stuff is like generally the craziest client launch we've ever had. So I had to ask.
No, for sure. I mean, I definitely now, it's funny, I'm like getting like recognized in public. Before I like never was, because I've always just been doing like the majority of just the back end with like PB trading. But then, I was like, let's start my own channel. And then that you guys are fucking blowing me up. So it's like, I just had, bro, the past like 3 days in a row, I've like ran into someone that's been like, yo, PB Blake, I've seen your stuff on YouTube. Like, So
I figured, bro.
Yeah.
It was like, I just had to ask. There's like no way, because 0 to 20K is like, prior to this, we probably did like a 0 to 12K launch on YouTube, but never like anything this crazy. And I also want you to touch on time commitment. Like, honestly speaking, how much time are you spending on this content? I know you do your own like live trading stuff on the side, which I love that. We show the wins and the losses, and we kind of help you with the thumbnail packaging there. But like for our specific content, how much time are you putting in like per week?
Okay. So when I read out, like context takes like 10, 15 minutes. And then recording, it depends on the video. If it's something that's like the My Story video, for example, I think that took me like 45 minutes, which is like normal for like a 20-minute long video. And something that's like more free flowing. Yeah. So probably like 45 minutes to an hour when I record videos. I would say in total every week with you guys, maybe just like talking back and forth also like about the edits. That's something that's so huge. Like with you guys with like the editing, if like it's something I don't with, like I can just change it up. The last batch has always just been like one version. I'm like, this is fire. No, I'd say like max like 2 hours a week, honestly, with you guys for like just recording and coming up with the ideas, or not coming up with the ideas, but the context. Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you just get on camera, record, and make more bread. So that's like, hey, it's working. So I'm happy with that.
For sure.
I'm trying to see what other questions. If you're, I would say, I'm curious to see like what other areas you got value in, or just like describing your experience working with us. Cause I like to think of it like I like to work with cool people that are building cool things, and like people that can actually like kick it with in person and like have fun. So like, what do you have to say about just the overall like CSAM experience in itself, bro?
Bro, like honestly, this has been like the best experience. Like from Braden, I know Braden's like my boy. So like anytime he gives me like a recommendation on anyone, I trust him 100%. So like, I mean, I had a great experience with PB, working with you with the PB main channel. So I knew that like, okay, you guys know what the fuck you're doing. Like it's very obvious. And that's like the main thing. Like, I feel like I know you guys have that specialty, like with your whole entire team on YouTube. Like, you guys know the ins and outs with YouTube, which is so important. And it's like, you know, for me, I just do day trading and I make content. So it's like, I don't know shit about YouTube and anything like that. So the way you guys can kind of just bring my ideas to life, that's so huge. But yeah, I mean, dude, this experience has been amazing. Yeah. Like, sounds good. Worth every single dollar.
For sure. And I know you just talked about Braden. I want to talk about kind of how you and him, and also just Patrick, I guess, see the results within the next 6 to 12 months of having this channel now in the funnel. I guess you can talk about even like following wise and also like cash collected wise. I'm curious how you see that too.
Yeah, for sure. So like the main reason we want to start this channel was because I feel like I just didn't have like an audience. Like when we had PB as like the main channel, that was like one lead. Those like, you know, coming from one person. Yep. So we had a bunch of leads from that. But like if we got 2 people going in the same funnel, and that's going to be huge. So that's why I started this channel. And yeah, I mean, instantly, like this month was our biggest month in terms of cash collected since we started this mentorship, which was definitely a fat jump for sure.
You got any projections for 6 to 12 months, or are you just saying like you're just going to keep going up and up?
Just up and up and up, bro. But we're aiming for that milli month. Like we just keep aiming for that milli month. We need that.
Yeah. That sounds good, bro. Keep grinding. Yeah, for sure. Is there anything that kind of surprised you about the service, or any misconceptions before like we kind of got started on the PB channel or even this channel that we're working on right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm not even gonna name names right now, but like Pat, he started working with someone else right now. Mm-hmm. And I was just looking at his stuff, and he has like a lot of value. Yeah. I think the main thing that really surprised me with you guys is just how much is done for you. Like with all these other like, I guess, courses and like offers with like inside of your niche, like a lot of people are just doing like giving you things, but like you have to be uploading, you have to find like the thumbnails, or like you have to talk with those people. And I can already tell like it's that process for him is taking a lot longer, but you guys just do so much for me where it's like literally all I have to do is like hit record, send that shit to you, and that video is up. So it's like so freaking clutch. But yeah.
I appreciate that. Now, yeah, that's the whole point of the service, like I said. So at least to see that it's making sense against other people in the market, it makes sense for sure. I feel like my last question, if anyone's on the fence with working with CCM, what would you tell them, bro?
Worth every single penny. Like a lot. This is like the main thing that people are scared of, I feel like, is just spending money in terms of like, for example, me, like from a mentorship, right? Or it costs around $3,000, right? Depending on what pack you get, it's around $3,000 though. But it's like the return on that investment is so insane. Like we've had people like 50K, 100K months just from that, 3K. So it's like, that's what you have to be thinking about is just like the long term. And yeah, I mean, your shit is so worth it. I've seen insane improvement on just overall our people are so much more happy too as well. Like we've had a lot more happy customers just being like, people are like, oh, thank you so much for like putting this out on YouTube also. Like this is super helpful in terms of like when I go from YouTube to then, you know, on the calls, happier customers. And then also, you know, we're just obviously ripping right now with
for sure. You guys have a big short form content audience too. I know you just mentioned kind of like happy customers. Would you say YouTube is stronger than short form, or how do you kind of like see that situation now that you have a strong audience on both platforms, considering the YouTube audience is even smaller than the short form on IG?
Yeah. Honestly, like the short form right now, like it's good for getting eyes, but if you actually want someone to buy from you, or if you want someone to like actually get your trust, that's where long form comes in. So that's like really important to actually build on your long form so people can actually like buy from you. There's like some Google statistic, I forgot, I was reading on it, but it's like if someone can watch like 30 minutes of you, they're like 10 times more likely to buy.
Watch time.
Yeah. So that's why it's super important. Like short form is really good, obviously, for like getting those eyes, but then it's like the whole point is to funnel them into the YouTube. But yeah.
Sounds good, bro. I mean, besides that, I have no other questions for you. If you guys want to tap in with my boy Blake, or just do trading or just like any business stuff, he's a cool guy in general. Make sure I go follow his social down below. I'm gonna drop his stuff. But other than that, I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna keep going crazy for sure. We gotta get that link up too when I come down to Miami. But besides that, I'm excited to take this shit to 1 million months. But I appreciate you, bro.
100%. Thank you for having me, man.